Welcome to Influential Entrepreneurs, bringing you interviews with elite business leaders and experts, sharing tips and strategies for elevating your business to the next level. Here's your host, Mike Saunders.
Well, hello and welcome to this episode of Influential Entrepreneurs. This is Mike Saunders, the Authority Positioning Coach. Today we have with us Keith Gregg, who's the founder and chief executive officer of Chalice Network. Keith, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Mike. Glad to be with you and your folks.
Yep, I am looking forward to learning from you because I see from your bio you've got a broad history and expertise. So give us a little bit of your background and then what led you into the financial services industry.
You bet. I guess there's one way of putting it is I've been in the industry now for 35 years, 1987.
That's a minute.
So yeah, to catch myself. Yeah, I'm old.
Seasoned and experienced. Seasoned and experienced is the way I like to live.
Thank you. So for 35 years that I've been in this business, it's I kind of grew into the shoes of a financial service executive. I've owned my own broker-dealer. I've owned my own RIA. I now own a technology company and software company. And it's been a very interesting journey. People have known me within the industry, view me as more of a distribution guy, a guy that's used to building large distribution networks and, running them, growing them, and ultimately sometimes selling them. And as I recently did by selling a broker-dealer and RIA a couple of years ago to a publicly traded company in the UK. But the second part of your question about what led me into the industry is when I got out of the Marine Corps, I was working for the State Department while I was going to school at University of Maryland, and got tired of being a government slave back in the day, and decided I was going to give up the State Department and glue deck down to Florida, where I grew up as a kid, and wound up working for Pan Am World Services, supporting all the downrange missile sites out of Cape Canaveral. And the stock market was on fire, so I was kind of playing with it a little bit, opening up small accounts, started to learn how to do some trading, and then lo and behold, started to get solicitation for folks trying to hire former military guys. Back in the day, Merrill Lynch was run by a bunch of Marines, and so Merrill Lynch was the first to kind of try to recruit me into the business. And lo and behold, I kind of liked the personal touch of A.G. Edwards at the time, so I got recruited into the business because they liked the idea of hiring former military guys and the discipline that we had to get after it. And it's been a wonderful ride for the last 35 years, and I've been blessed to meet a lot of great people just like yourself. So thanks for the opportunity.
Hey, you're welcome. So, with all of those, sell this and start that and buy this and all these things, at what point did you see a need to start a firm, a company like the Chalice Network? Because at some point you have to notice, here's a gap in the industry. I sure wish this could happen. Or I noticed this is happening and the financial professionals are accessing this type of service, but I think it could be done better. May as well improve on it. So how did that revelation come about?
Well, that's a good question. I've been a serial entrepreneur. I had to learn what that was like. Had to try that and experience that. But having worked for large companies like GE Capital, Prudential, Wachovia, First Union, you kind of have the big infrastructure and a safety net of a large company that can do a lot of things for you. When you go out on your own and you start your own business, the fact of the matter is you're really a small business owner. And as a small business owner, we all seek three things. One, we suffer for three things actually, and we aspire to gain these. Is that we suffer from the lack of economies of scale, so you don't have the buying power or the pricing that large companies have. We suffer from operational inefficiency. The average small business owner has to log in and log out and log in and log out and log in and log out. Go to 4, 5, 6 different disparate systems to run their business. Whether you go over here to pay QuickBooks, or go over here to do your CRM, or go over here to initiate a marketing campaign, go over here to process the business. It's a very, very inefficient operating system that way, and it's a big time suck. It takes 2 or 3 hours out of your day. And the last thing is, when you own your own business, you're hoping you can create enterprise value. So that's where the whole idea of Chalice came up, was what if we could use the collective buying power of all these small businesses to create a network or an operating platform where you have a platform as a service, and you can aggregate and integrate all the product and services that a small business owner needs to run their business. In the entire life cycle of business, from starting the business, running the business, growing the business, protecting the business, and ultimately selling the business. If you can aggregate and integrate and put those all in one place and make it all available through a single sign-on technology platform, where you only have to remember one password to access all these things at a discounted pricing that you wouldn't be able to get on your own, man, that's the holy grail.
Yeah.
Hence the name Chalice.
Oh yeah, like like the old Indiana Jones movie.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay, so that sounds great and pie in the sky, and sounds like you pitch a bunch of investors and say, if we can pull this off, that's great. And they're like, Yahoo. But then when you start getting into it, it's like, oh man, this doesn't talk to that, and this doesn't integrate with this, and we need this connection, and the API is not connecting. So I'm sure you've had some issues and whatnot that you had to overcome. What are some of the big wins that you've had when you're starting to roll this out, and you're like, we thought this was going to be a big problem, but man, it's smoother than ever?
Well, I tell you, that's our biggest obstacle was we rolled out the platform in 2019. I rolled I did a 5-city roadshow to be able to introduce it to the marketplace. Started out in Santa Monica, went on to Phoenix, went on to Dallas, went on to Atlanta, and then wrapped up in New York City. We averaged between 150 to 200 people per location to find out what this Chalice platform was going to look like and how do I access it. That was great, and we had some great adoption early on from the advisors, and they saw that there's real value here, that the average savings is between 25 and 30% on the product and services. The biggest seller, of course, is the fact that we're the only firm in the country that has an exclusive relationship with one of the PEO providers that provide group health insurance for a party of one. Any one individual business owner or advisor can access our group health insurance, no different if you were a Fortune 500 company. So that was a big deal. Then, of course, COVID hit. So we started out marketing directly to the advisors, saying, hey, we're here to help you. Join us. We look more like a member benefit organization. And then COVID hit. And advisors like I do, Mike, I mean, when things are uncertain, they're going to tighten up their belt, and they're going to so they stopped investing in themselves in the business with a platform like ours. So they wanted to ride out the storm and see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So then we started to get calls from some large enterprise and associations saying, hey, I see some of my advisors or my members are getting their benefits from Chalice. Any chance we could partner together on this? And we said, wow.
And you're like, nah, we only work with little onesie twosies.
You got it, man. And that was the wake-up call that we said, whoa, instead of one-to-one, let's go one-to-many.
Yeah.
And so organizations like the Financial Planning Association, the National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors, firms like Orion, all now white label and license the Chalice platform, and they can pick and choose what product and services they want to digitally deliver to their members and their affiliates and pass along these kind of savings. So that was the kind of big aha for us was don't go to the individual one-to-one, go to one-to-many and let them have access to the platform.
Yes. Well, that's huge to be able to, and I love, as a marketer, I love when I hear things that resonate. And you said something that just flowed off of your tongue. I hope that it was something, that you planned, which you said digitally deliver. And it's like, that is so powerful to go, we deliver, but we digitally deliver, and this power of the network and more people, coming together and more programs and digitally delivering that, to me, that is just true power to be able to tap into.
Well, I appreciate you picking up on that. Pat Mahoney, the CEO and president over at Financial Planning Association, he's the one that's been screaming from the rooftops about our platform because we can do that. The FPA has been around for 50 years. Great organization. It's got 30,000 plus members, and they've worked hard to go out and negotiate great discounts for their members. Prior to partnering with Chalice, though, they had no way to digitally deliver these benefits to their members, and they had no way of knowing who was using them, what benefits they gained from it, and to be able to talk to the vendors and sponsors about how they're driving value back to them. So, the fact that we make a technology platform available to be able to plug and play what product and services you can deliver to your customers, and leveraging the 350,000 eyeballs that we now and advisors that who have access to our platform for the buying power, and be able to pass along savings, on average of 25 to 30% on products and services that you use every day, whether it be QuickBooks or Legal Shield or cybersecurity or marketing and website support. We have all of those type of product and services on our platform.
Huge. So let's think about something. If let's say that a large financial planning firm or group is hearing this and they say, I'm interested. What's the low-hanging fruit? Where are they going to find the most immediate benefit to their agency? Because I know you said one-stop shop and go from grow to scale to all of that, but what are some of the first places they start to gain benefit?
So if you go to chalicenetwork.com and you go under the resources tab, there's actually an ROI calculator. The ROI is return on investment. Notice I didn't just say savings calculator. Yeah. What is your ROI calculator? So we asked them a series of questions. It's like 5 or 6 questions that say, tell us a little bit about your business. How many people in your business? How many employees do you have? Do you buy office supplies? Do you do any type of shipping like FedEx or UPS? What kind of CRM system do you use? We just ask those questions, and then it will calculate what is the average savings your firm or you could expect to gain based upon the discounts and pricing power we have. So the low-hanging fruit is become a member of the Chalice Network, get access to things like Benefit Hub, which you can actually pass along to all of your own clients. It's free. And what that does, it gives you discounts on AMC movie theater tickets, Disney World for your kids, Hertz rental cars, hotels. Go get your Office Depot discount with us, 55% discount. Go get your UPS discount with us, 50% discount. I can't tell you how many advisors who have joined have told us that they have an affiliation with a larger company, whether it be a broker dealer or whether it's custodian. They're saying, my goodness, your savings are 15 to 20% greater than what I get from the large affiliation I have.
Wow.
So there's a lot of really cool stuff. We provide all of our members with a complimentary lead generating website. People say, well, I already have a website. No, most of the websites out there are brochure. We're on the web. How about using this one as a lead generating website? Now, the company that provides that, a company called ProSites, hopes that you'll then hire them for SEO and for hosting and things of that nature. That's how they make their money. But we deliver instantaneous value. The average savings per individual is about between $6,000 and $8,000. And at the company level, if you have more than 2 or 3 advisors in your organization, you're going to save on average $17,000 to $18,000.
That's really amazing, and I love the one-stop shop aspect of that because you hear about programs or savings this, and you got to piece them all together. So talk a little bit about some of the ways that you then help. Okay, that's the first step, the savings. What's next? So how about the growth aspect?
Yeah, that's if you ask me to categorize what are the top product and services that people use on our platform. Number one is our group health insurance by far. Yep. It provides all the major carriers, no adverse selection. So Aetna, Anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield, you name it, we've got it. Now, beyond that, it's marketing. People are always looking at any good smart business owner who's looking to build enterprise value has to focus on growth. And so we have a lot of marketing resources on our platform that help these folks grow their business. Whether it's Snappy Kraken for social media marketing, whether it's white glove marketing for seminar marketing, and whether it's pro sites for lead generation websites. There's all sorts of really cool marketing and lead generation product and services on there. That's number 2. Number 3 is in the area of compliance and cybersecurity, ever growing, and we make sure that we provide the protective services, whether it be legal shield or cybersecurity support or compliance support. We have those services as well. So that's kind of the top 3 things that people look for on the platform. Then there's some other unique stuff that's out there. People looking for the discounts we're able to provide them with. Certain wines and luxury goods and luxury hotels. We look to delight our folks as well, not only just the savings, but also the efficiencies of how they get them. Come into the one-stop shop, whatever you're using. If it's API connected, when you log into your account, it's going to show up on your dashboard. So it's going to save them a lot of time. And time is money, right? We've heard that all our life. Well, if you can save them some time, give them the discounts, what does it ultimately do? It drives up their EBITDA and ultimately enhances the enterprise value of their business.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is you hear someone what you just said there makes me think about like, oh hey, someone just got a raise at work, so wow, your standard of living is going to increase. Not really, because you just blow the money. Because in reality, what you should do is take that X number of dollars a month that you just got the raise for, and go to dinner an extra, time or two here and there, but turn that into long-term wealth. Same with this. If you can show people the kind of savings that, these larger agencies, what are you going to do with that? And what's a strategic way that you can use that to then grow further? And I think that's the huge thing. You're handing somebody a magic wand to find money that they're already spending, because they're already using different programs. If you can consolidate them and aggregate them here, save money, what do you do with it? Well, hopefully you turn it into growth to get even more and more, breadth and reach in your area.
No doubt, absolutely. Well, that's a wise man speaking right there, and you summed it up best. One of the things we're most excited about is, over the course of the last several years, we've been out building this platform, gathering information from our advisors. We have an actual Chalice advisory board as well, which has been invaluable in terms of feedback. But one of the things we gained was many advisors said, listen, some of the best client and customers I've got in my book of business are small business owners just like me. Yep. Any way I can give them access to the same savings and benefits I get from you, that I can make available to them. And we said, well, sure, if they come through your firm, like we have an example of an advisor in Memphis, Tennessee, and he says, look, Keith, I'd love to be able to pass along these kind of savings to my clients. So I said, have them join through your firm, and we'll pass along the savings. So today we have people like soybean farmers, John Deere franchisees, people that own dry cleaners, mortgage brokers, realtors, all getting their benefits from now with Chalice. So we were then making our first foray. We'll go live next week, where we're actually launching Chalice Client Connect, which enables now our members to deliver these member benefits to their clients and customers, providing them with a white label platform. So now you would have Saunders, customer loyalty program, or Saunders client loyalty program. And then for those that really want to grow their business, they would leverage. Chalice also has a company called smallbusinessbenefits.com. So now you can create a white label smallbusinessbenefits.com platform to go out and cater to small business owners within your community and pass along these savings and benefits. So now they're saying, hey, if given the choice of who I can do business with, advisor X, Y, or Z, but I'm dealing with Mike Saunders, because not only does Mike do a terrific job helping me grow my wealth, he gives me savings and drives up the value of my business and provides family coverage for me and my family with things like group health insurance, which is unaffordable for me in my local market.
Yep. Well, what you just described there, I think, is obviously what I'm about to say should be obvious to one of the advising firms that hears that, which is, I don't want to just give this extra little, oh, Tom's a nice guy or Betty's a nice gal, and they're my advisor and they gave me access to this money saving network. But what the advisor needs to do, or the firm needs to do, is say, when you go after, high level affluent businesses that could really save major, and you're talking to them about exit planning, about key man insurance, about these things that they need to be investing in, and it takes money to invest in long-term wealth and retirement. Well, now when you're talking to the business owner, you just found money. You found resources for them to participate in the investment and the wealth building plans that you're pitching to them. So it's more than just like an extra value, like, hey, we're going to add you to the, jelly of the month club, tip of the hat to Christmas vacation. But we're gonna not only give you this benefit, but let me just tell you something. When you run that savings calculator, tell me how much you're going to save, because I can show you how to take a large percentage of that savings, and we're going to really throw some grease on the fire to what we've been doing with your wealth planning. And I think that right there, for any size business, when the financial professional and the firm gets their head around that concept, boy, you're just going out there to companies, saving them tens of thousands of dollars a month or a year or whatever the number is, and turning that into, hey, well, now, we were hoping to be able to participate into this strategy we mentioned, or that strategy. Now we can.
Well, you're spot on, Mike. Years and years ago, my first foray into my first independent business in 1996, I had a company called Gregg Charitable Planning Services, and we did charitable plan giving. and we partner with charities and foundations and to be able to show their donors how they could couple philanthropy and gain the economic benefits coupled with that. And that we would show them that if you did a CRT, a charitable trust, and the tax savings you got today could fund a second to die life insurance policy tomorrow, so to replace 100% back to your family tax free. Bingo, that was a big win. What you're describing now as well is that, hey, look at the savings I can provide you with. Let me show you what we'll do with those savings, because now we're going to really enhance your wealth and pass for you and your family and pass it on to the next generation. So you're spot on. I can appreciate so much what you just shared. And you're right. Our audience ought to be able to do the same thing.
100%, and it's so powerful to go, I heard years and years ago, these companies and consultants that would come out and go, hey, let me audit your power bill, your long distance bill, your whatever the case is. I could find, where you're overcharged, whatever the case is. This is kind of like the elevated 3.0 version of that, because now it's all one place. You go digitally and boom, boom, boom. And here's the savings calculator, and you can do it on your own. You don't have to pay somebody to do it. And how cool is that? And guess what? Let's make this last point on the whole reaching out to affluent business owner concept. If a financial professional targets and sees in their Dream 100, which by the way, Dream 100, boy, read the book, The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes, but that's where that term comes up. But if you've targeted these, really, really high affluent businesses and you want to reach out to the owner to pitch your financial, services products, they are really good at ignoring you, because they know you're pitching and they know, but you come to them with this kind of an outreach and all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're my friend and thank you. And wow, now what is it that you had? I think it really comes through the back door, side door. It comes from the value of, let's make another book recommendation, The Go-Giver by Bob Burg. You can give and serve and provide extra value before it results in advance. You're establishing that relationship before you even mention, oh, and by the way, I've got a cool idea that can help build your wealth. You're approaching them with this handout, not handout to take, but handout to give first. And I think that's turning the tables.
You're spot on, man. Let me show you how I can help you increase your earnings, decrease expenses, and enhance your enterprise value. Do I have your attention now? I mean, those are the three things they want to hear about if you're a business owner.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, how much does it cost you? Oh, you'll be shocked. So I think that's a huge, huge value proposition. Well, I think this has been so amazing, Keith, that you put this together. And I think that if you could rewind time 30 some years ago, you would never have the success you've had now putting this together, because you needed those decades of contacts, experience, insights to know what this program needed to be the success that it is. So I applaud you for everything you've done there. What's the best way someone listening to this can learn more, reach out, and be part of the Chalice Network?
Sure. Well, you go to chalicenetwork.com. I highly recommend you click on that resource tab and play with the ROI calculator. When you go to chalicenetwork.com, on the front page, there's a tab that you can click and watch the demo. I would highly encourage you to watch a demo of the platform itself. It's a very short video that's going to give you a great explanation of it. And the last thing I'll share with you and your audience is that if you're looking for great differentiation, to be able to deliver the Client Connect platform and pass along these benefits, if this market goes into the craziness that we think it may, it's a great way to deter the conversation or move the conversation off of just the returns on their investment. So chalicenetwork.com. Anybody's welcome to email me at keith@chalicenetwork.com, KEITH@chalicenetwork.com. And love to be able to help you and your audience. And Mike, I can't thank you enough for this opportunity to visit with you. The brilliance of what you're doing and the messaging you provide to all of us in the marketplace is invaluable. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Keith. I appreciate you coming on.
You've been listening to Influential Entrepreneurs with Mike Saunders. To learn more about the resources mentioned on today's show or listen to past episodes, visit www.influentialentrepreneursradio.com.